Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Movie Mates video. I'm Matthew, joined by my wonderful co-host and best friend.
Callum.
Hey man, great to see you as always. So today we're back with another mini review of another new release, and it is Project Power, the new Netflix movie. So I'm going to pass over to Callum, just to explain, what sort of things we talk about in the episode, what this movie's about, and stuff like that. So Callum, off to you, mate.
So we're a bit late in the game. It came out a week ago, I believe. Matthew was right on it. He watched it straight away. I came to it a lot slower because I'd heard it was sort of mediocre. But Matthew persuaded me, and we did it for the views. We did it for the
The clout.
hypothetical YouTube money that we do not make.
Exactly.
So the film's basic premise is, there's a drug on the street that gives you superpowers temporarily for 5 minutes. And this film is just Jamie Foxx going around trying to take down that empire. And other things unfold that we will reveal in the review. But if you haven't seen it yet, go and watch it because I imagine we're going to be talking about spoilers from the start.
Yeah,
Because I
yeah.
think that's just here with this film. It's quite short. Not a lot happens, so I think spoiling it is pretty much the only way to go about it. So if you haven't seen it, watch it now. Come right back. Give
Absolutely.
us give us so many views.
So many, please.
The
We're
full watch
desperate.
time. Come
Yeah,
back, help us out, support us, because we need it. So please.
yeah. I know as
But
Callum said
Matthew,
earlier, spoiler for
Matthew, very vaguely, did you enjoy today's film?
I did enjoy this film. I'm a huge Joseph Gordon-Levitt fan, and this is the first movie I've seen him in quite a while. It seems like he took a bit of a break in film, so it's good to see him in a film again. And Jamie Foxx, big fan of him. So I was hopeful for this film, and I was pleasantly surprised. I had a great time with it. What about yourself, dude?
The title did not inspire confidence within me. And
Yeah,
I'd sort of
fair.
read a Facebook post about the dumbing down of Netflix names, and it may be in a way to like appeal to the algorithm, to be like,
Mm-hmm.
there's two different shows on right now. One's called Warrior Nun, and one's called Teenage Bounty Hunters, and those just are like apparently they're both actually good content, but those
Nice.
titles are just so dumb.
Yeah,
I think it's just because then that title can like easily slot into genres, and then
hmm
can be pitched easily to a certain demographic. And
yeah.
this is sort of like, the title is just dumb action film, but it's actually more than that when you watch it.
Yeah, no, that's a great point, but it's a great point. And like Netflix, it seems to be gathering a lot of star power recently. Like Jamie Foxx and Joseph Gordon-Levitt are both really massive names to headline a film, and no, the budget on this seems pretty big, to be honest. And although that being said, I can't tell whether or not the CGI is good or bad. It's sort of in the middle. Like in some moments it's fantastic, and in some moments it's not great. What are your thoughts, dude?
I would say any like as a rule, any scene involving fire looks like shit.
Yeah, I would
Uh,
agree. I would agree.
and anything involving like a hulking beast of a character, garbage. But
Garbage.
everything else is really solid.
Yeah, no, I would agree. There's a really great shot when like Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character gets shot in the face, and it actually looks incredible. Like it looks real.
And then you just see MGK on fire.
Oh,
It's not not
MGK.
not a good look.
The
We'll talk
only
about MGK in a minute.
Yeah, the only reason I know MGK is eat through Jackmate. That's it.
Yeah, yeah. If you haven't seen Jack Mate's video on his interaction with MGK,
So
go
funny.
watch that
It's
now.
so funny.
Uh, I know him mostly just through the fact that he's dating Emma. Sorry, what the fuck's her name? Megan
Megan
Fox.
Fox. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's probably the only personal information I know about him. So I had very low expectations of him going into this film, and he didn't surpass or go below my expectations because he literally has four lines in this film.
yeah, yeah, and then turns into a CGI Human Torch style character. But no, what are your thoughts on like Jamie Foxx and Joseph Gordon-Levitt in this? Because this isn't their typical movie. So do you think they're good in it?
Well, Jamie Foxx, I've always found I haven't seen Django Unchained, which Django Unchained and Ray are probably the two performances that have gained the most attention. Ray, he got the Oscar for Best Actor, and Django Unchained is probably his most critically well received performance.
Hmm
Just like en masse. And I haven't seen either of those, so the only ones that I'm familiar with are like the Amazing Spider-Man 2, and
Masterpiece.
what else is there? Oh, and Baby Driver. So I'm sort of used to him being very high energy, a little cheesy. So I didn't have huge expectations for him to be the lead of an action film. But I presume, having seen Django Unchained, you were sort of
Oh, I
in,
love
in
him.
a
Yeah,
in a
big fan.
stronger camp of support for him. But I was very surprised that how nuanced a performance he gave. in sort of a typical, like, this is like a B action film. It's not meant to be stellar Oscar bait high art. It's
Mhm.
sort of like
Yeah.
dumb entertainment, if you could call it that. So for what it is, he is perfect.
No, I'd agree, buddy. And you know what it is with Joseph Gordon-Levitt? He's great as always. And although that being said, I don't. He's not in it a huge amount, to be honest with you. He's not the main character in this at all, really. And it's weird because I would sort of say, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, he's one of the most diverse actors in the last 20 years. I think, he's done so many different genres and stuff, and this is just another one to add to his collection as well. And but yeah, like as even though he's not in it a lot, I thought he was fantastic as well. And he sports a lovely sort of bit of stubble, which is unusual because it doesn't look like him at all.
No, it doesn't. It sort of looks, kind of like him in Looper when he's trying to look like Bruce Willis. Like, it looks a bit like Joseph Gordon-Levitt, but it doesn't look quite right.
Yeah, yeah, no, I'd agree with you, man. I'd agree with you. Um, but yeah, like the whole premise of this film, it is quite interesting. Like, superpowers for 5 minutes or whatever, it is quite interesting. And it kind of got me thinking, like, what superpower would you most like to have for 5 minutes?
The one that I would most like to have is probably flight or teleportation, but I know for a fact I would take that pill and just immediately explode because that's my luck. Uh, Ideally, what one would you like to have?
Oh, I would quite like. Um, I would like time travel, or I would quite like sort of mind, like telepathy or something. I like that. I think that'd be cool.
But like, if you had time travel, like if I ever had time travel, I would only go to the future because then you have no risk of fucking anything up. I
Yeah,
would never chance go into the past in
it's
my
risky.
life.
It's a risky business. Time travel.
Yeah, I mean, if you're the only one capable of time travel, then no one else can fuck up like the hypothetical future that you've seen. So,
Sure.
if that's the only place that you're traveling to, you're sweet.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, just I'm just lazy.
Yeah.
I have to walk everywhere these days because of public transport being a riskier business. So, I'm
Yeah,
walking
that's
everywhere.
fair.
Just like, teleportation, sweet.
Yeah.
But Matthew, the premise of the film is, this street drug, which isn't technically illegal, as they've said, because, they haven't actually built any laws to fight against it, just because there's clearly some corporate bureaucracy, corporate greed, and, there's some,
We love a bit of that. We love a bit of
yeah,
that.
there's some murky morality going on in the
Sure.
in the higher ups in this film. But Matthew, se- with the consideration that it isn't illegal, but if you take it, you could get a shit powder and die. Are you taking the
Oh,
pill
I'm taking it all day long. All day long. Are you taking it?
for like £500 a pop? Like, is your McDonald's money worth that?
Yeah. For 5 minutes of bulletproof skin or the powers of a shrimp or whatever Joseph or whatever Jimmy Fox has, sure, I'll take it.
I suppose for a Christmas gift that could be pretty
That's
decent. But
yeah.
I
It's,
just
although it's
I
not
just
the
know
gift.
for a fact I would die. I
Yeah,
just know it.
just spontaneously come back. Like that's bad luck if you just blow up with that. That is brutal. That is brutal. And we're big fans of YouTube in this. Just in general. Of course we have a channel, so of course we are. But it sort of blew my
Of course.
mind that Casey Neistat is in this.
I know. Yeah, no, when like Casey Neistat's just rolled in with MGK, I was like, what is this film
The
anymore?
fuck?
Like
Yeah.
it kind of felt like, like a fan film, to sort of like
Mhm.
support YouTubers, but they don't need support. They're millionaires.
Yeah.
Leave them
Yeah.
alone. They can't act.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's fine.
Casey's been putting
They
content
have
for
they
years.
have their hustle on YouTube.
Yeah, no, exactly, man, exactly. It just surprised me. It sort of, reminded me when, like, I'm trying to think of an example. Like, I think Logan Paul was in the Baywatch deleted scene, so that was sort of maybe the closest example of that. But no, it was. I didn't watch Casey Neistat, but it was just I recognized his face and
Yeah.
it was interesting.
I mean, there was that film called Late in America, which
Oh, with
starred Casper
KSI and
Lee and
Casper Lee.
KSI.
I haven't seen it. We
I
should
think we
review
should
that.
watch
I'd like
that
to
because like
review
I've heard it's awful.
it. Yeah, and then we can put KSI and Casper Lee's name for the views.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. A bit of
Big time.
clickbait. But
Yeah.
Matthew, the powers that are seen in this film are actually animal based, and this was a theme in, I don't know if you saw it, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows. Have you seen
Yes.
it?
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it, man.
Yeah, the way like Baxter Stockman is like all about like unleashing the animal within, and like your chosen animal is like baked into your DNA.
Sure.
That's sort of a theme scene here, which is sort of plagiarized, but we'll forgive it because this is a better movie. But what animal do you think like your inner beast is?
platypus. I'll go for the platypus.
Could I have any clarity on that?
Sort of an awkward creature with sort of, you know, misunderstood, awkward, uh, you know, just quite a social animal, you know, like, you know, and I don't know, they just, I think they look weird, and I like them. What will be yours, mate? What will be
I
yours?
mean, I'm saying gazelle for you,
Gazelle.
just the beauty,
Gazelle.
the beauty and the gracefulness.
Oh, of course, of course. What would be your animal, mate? I nearly called you
Oh,
babe for a second. What would be your animal, mate?
oh,
Ooh.
I just don't know. I said in the 50th episode monkey just because uh
You're a cheeky monkey. You
yeah, I
know.
just said cheeky love a banana but how
I
I
think an
actually
otter.
feel
I think an
you're
otter.
thinking what?
An otter.
I'll take otter.
You're
Okay,
humorous, but also you're quite smart, and you're thinking your feet. So I go otter.
playful and slippery. Yeah, let's
Yeah,
go with
yeah.
otter. Yeah. So
Exactly, man.
I've returned to writing handwritten notes, which is a fucking disaster. Let's be honest, because I can't read this for shit. But Matthew, there is a character named Robin in the film who aspires to be one day a rapper, and I just was wondering, how do you think her rapping ability compares to Maddie J. Raps?
Well, funny you should say
And
that.
if you don't know Matthew's childhood rap
Funny you
persona,
should say that. I'll just get something out in a wee second, Veer. So excuse the awkward delay here.
yeah, Matthew told me the other day that he found something special from his past, so that's hopefully what he's uncovering for you right now, and hopefully will one day be debuted on the Movemates channel.
Yes. So I found. I don't know if the viewers can see this. It's the Matty J Raps mixtape right here. So if we ever hit 1 million subscribers, I'll release it. I'll release
This
it.
is your EP, isn't it?
Exactly. It's the EP. It's the EP. I don't know if I know. I don't actually know if I've burned any songs on this DVD, but it's just, well, hopefully so, because we can laugh and cringe at them. But no, I thought there's a scene in this film where
Did you title the EP?
no, it's just Matty J Rap, so I didn't really come up with a nice
My J-Rap
title.
self-titled. I respect it. I respect it.
Yeah,
What was the? Did you say a subscriber goal before you release it?
1 million. So we're not too far away. We're not too far away.
Yeah, a million is interesting. So we just need 10,000 more. Yeah, 10,000 times what we have now.
Yeah, yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah, sweet.
But there's a scene in this film where Robin, she has a little freestyle rap in the classroom, and I put this note in my notes here. I thought the rapping in class scene was really cringy until I realized that wasn't real, and then I felt very stupid because I was about to say, like, it comes out of left field. I didn't like it at all, but then because it's not real, I had to forgive the film for that. So that was entirely my bad. But the character of Robin, I don't know, she kind of reminded me of Cassandra Cain from Birds of
Matthew, I've written this exactly.
because both films are
Like,
quite similar.
yeah, no, I have written exactly. This is kind of a better Birds of Prey. I compared to Major to Harley, Joseph Gordon-Levitt to Montoya, because
Yeah,
she sort of
yeah,
is
yeah.
an alcoholic who bends her morality as a
That's a
police
great
officer
point.
to
Yeah,
sort
I
of
didn't know that.
join them, and then yeah, Robin is Cassandra Cain. So
We're in the
we're
same.
vibing on our notes these days.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. But yeah, this film's very similar to Birds of Prey, and but yeah, like, I had a good time. All the characters are reasonably well fleshed out and stuff like that, and it sort of reminded me a little bit of like Black Lightning as well. The sort of vibes it goes for. So,
Yeah.
I had a great time with it.
How do you think this film compares quality-wise to Birds of Prey? Because I think it's definitely a step up in quality.
I think it's definitely a step up. That being said, I love Birds of Prey, but this film, I think the performances are better, and I think Jamie Foxx is a better lead than Margot Robbie. Something I never thought I'd say because I love Margot Robbie, but no, I think Jamie Foxx is probably a better lead than her. What
Yeah,
about you, mate?
I definitely agree.
Yeah.
But we've sort of seen a lot of the powers that we see in this. We've seen them countless times. We've seen being bulletproof. We've seen igniting in fire. Sort of like El Diablo in Suicide Squad. One power I've never seen is camouflage used in this manner,
I
and
loved
it
it.
was the most creative power I've ever seen on screen.
I
Because
thought
we've
it was
seen
fantastic.
invisibility, and they're sort of presented as like kind of translucent, but this is genuine camouflage, and I
Yeah,
thought
like
it
they
was
changed with
one
the
of the most
environment.
visually interesting I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was really well done. The CGI was spot on, and I thought it was fantastic. Absolutely, absolutely. And you know, we haven't really seen that before, like you said. We've seen invisibility, we've seen, well, yeah, we've seen invisibility, but like we haven't really seen anything to this degree before. So it was really refreshing and a really good idea.
Yeah, and we've sort of talked about this being sort of like a B movie. Like it's not meant to be of a supreme high quality, but I think for the most part it's very well filmed. Until
Very
they
much
sort of
so.
switched to these like first person scenes. I think the worst was where 2/3 into the film, one of the underlings of like the crime bosses is testing out her ice powers in this sort of in this tank, and
Yeah,
we see from her perspective that Jamie Foxx is just killing all of the goons, and it just looks horrendous. It
it
looks so
looks really
questionable.
strange. Yeah, it's a really weird because I think that whole scene it it is good, but the CGI and the shots there are really miss the mark. I think that's where like the big hulking beast arrives in
Yeah,
that scene as well. And yeah, I know what you mean. The ice powers that was really interesting, but it was sort of ruined by the weird camera angles. Although that being said, I think the film is really well shot. Apart from that,
yeah, and I would say that as you mentioned, like the mutated form of Biggie, which is like the huge gray hulking character. I would say it's probably the worst CGI I've seen since the troll in Artemis Fowl. That was absolutely rank.
oh man, yeah, no, that's true. That's true. There's been some really bad CGI in recent years, to be honest with you. You'd think it'd be getting better, but no, it's not.
No, no, I mean, like this budget was. Did you say it was like $80 million, wasn't it? It was something
Something,
ridiculous.
something along
Uh,
those lines, yeah.
and I'm sure a lot of that went into the talent, especially Jamie Foxx and Joseph Gordon-Levitt. That was presumably a solid chunk of the budget. But pump the rest into CGI. Like I don't know where
Yeah.
this money's going.
Yeah, I know. Like, yeah, that's a really interesting point. Like, apart from the two main characters, I wouldn't imagine like that a lot would be spent on the other characters, but wage wise. So yeah, just pump it into CGI. You're definitely right there, buddy. And that being said, would you like to see a sequel if it ever came about?
See, I had this down to ask you as well. I would not be a fan. I think that this film has like an objectively happy ending where all of the main characters are gonna go on and pursue a happy life. Jamie Foxx has his daughter back. Joseph Gordon-Levitt's gonna do better
Yeah,
because he's
yeah.
not been a very morally sound police officer throughout the film. And then there's sort of a tease at the end that Robin actually did pursue her rap career because they say her name on the radio and say like throwing out this fresh new hot single.
Yeah, yeah.
So it seems like that she actually pursued her rap career and was successful.
Mhm.
So I feel satisfied that the character got their right ending. How would you feel about a sequel?
Yeah, like I would love to see it just to see where they would take the different characters. Or I think maybe a spin-off TV show would be cool if it did really well. I don't know, but no, that being said, I think if they were just end it there, I'd be satisfied. Yeah, definitely very much so.
Yeah, I think if we saw like sort of a criminal underworld, like from the perspective of the dealers or the suppliers or the manufacturers, I think that would be interesting.
Yeah, because there's
You
a lot
know,
more powers I think to be shown as well.
yeah, like you could make like Breaking Bad with superpowers. I think that's an interesting premise.
Absolutely would.
And there's no like good guys trying to take them down. It's just the bad guys versus the bad guys.
Hmm.
I think that might be an interesting way to take it.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. I don't actually have any more notes, buddy. Anything from you?
No, me neither, because I think the third act, by and large, is quite uneventful. They're just screaming while running about on a ship, just being like, "Oh, what do we do? Let's save Tracy." Like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah.
It's for like a solid 30 minutes at least, which is kind of where I'm also baffled that they didn't have more room in the budget for better CGI because they spend a third of the film in one set. Granted, it's on like this huge ship, but it is one set in the end.
Yeah.
So I wasn't a huge fan of the third act, but I was really satisfied with the happy ending. Matthew, would you rate this film massive hit or piece of shit?
I think it's a massive hit, man. I think it's one of the most surprising movies of the year. I had a fantastic time with it, and yeah, by all accounts, actually a refreshingly good Netflix movie for a change. What about yourself, bro? Massive hit or piece of shit?
Yeah, I'm going to concur on the massive hit. Have we ever had a big disagreement other than Men in Black International?
For and well, apart from Winnie the Pooh,
No,
I don't,
for new
or just new
releases, like on
releases.
massive hit piece of shit.
I think if we look back at new releases, I remember Toy Story 4. I think we both said it was a good film, but it was unnecessary and a very bad conclusion to the franchise. I think we both agreed on that, didn't we?
Yeah, I definitely like. I think we were censoring ourselves at that point, but I definitely would have said piece of shit because it was a piece of shit. Like, if the viewers haven't seen Toy Story 4, don't bother.
Yeah,
Toy Story
it's
3
not
is
great. It's
the
terrible.
conclusion we all wanted and needed.
Yeah, but no, I had a really great time with this one, man, and I it's sort of, Netflix can be very hit or miss, you know, as we've reviewed with our kissing booth movies as well, and our upcoming one with Cash. Hopefully, that should be a fun one. But I'm trying to think, have we reviewed any other Netflix movies apart from those three?
I don't think Netflix originals will definitely get around to it because there are like I watch probably 60% of what Netflix puts out. I don't watch a lot of their like mystical fantasy shit. I'm just not a fan like that. That's just not a genre I like. But
Mm.
I watch all of their original romantic comedies. I think I can tell you there's a lot of shit to talk about.
Oh,
Uh,
I'd imagine, mate.
like
Yeah,
I would say like on a special level, there's like Kissing Booth, there's the movie that we're going to talk about soon, but like the absolute bottom of the barrel is Love Wedding Repeat, and I don't know if you heard anything about that
is it
film.
the Olivia
It's
Munn one?
yeah, Olivia Munn. It is one of the worst films I've ever seen in my life. Like it was
We'll get round to it one
genuinely
day.
horrible to watch. Like it didn't like offend. There was nothing like objectively like there was nothing offensive about it, except that I had to watch it. I mean, I didn't have to
Yeah,
watch it. I was just like, oh, I like Sam Claflin. Let me give this a go, and
sure.
it was horrible.
Yeah, we'll get round to it someday, man. But listen, been a pleasure recording with you today, buddy. And thank you to everyone who supported us recently. If you've seen the film, please let us know your thoughts in the script or in the comments. We'd love to hear it. And yeah, thank you very much, Callum. Thanks very much, everyone. Take care and bye bye.
Bye bye.